All right, today we're going to dive deep into the mind of a master detective. We're going to follow Sherlock Holmes as he breaks down a crime that seems, well, literally impossible. A thief who just vanishes without leaving behind a single footprint.
So, picture this. It all kicks off on a chilly London night. A man, Mr. Leonard Pike, comes bursting into 221B Baker Street, and he's completely frantic. He's telling this wild story about how someone got into his locked room, opened his safe, and then just disappeared. The police are stumped, and this is the puzzle that lands right on Holmes's doorstep.
So, Holmes and Watson head over to the mansion, and what they find isn't so much a crime scene as it is a riddle. The real challenge here isn't just about finding the thief, it's about figuring out how in the world a crime like this could have even happened in the first place.
And here's where it gets really strange. Look at the facts. The safe is open, the money's gone, but the door and the window are locked from the inside. And the carpet, this really plush, thick carpet, it's perfectly clean. Not a single mark, no dirt, no scuffs, and absolutely no footprints. It's the classic locked room mystery.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's what's got everyone, including Watson, completely stumped. I mean, how do you do that? How do you just defy logic and become a ghost? Just for a second, what would your first theory be?
Now, while everyone else is looking at this scene and seeing a total lack of evidence, Holmes sees the exact opposite. He operates on a completely different wavelength. He believes the world is always leaving clues, like little breadcrumbs. You just have to know where to look. So let's see what he finds.
And that line right there, that's the entire Holmes philosophy in a nutshell. It's not magic. It's just about paying attention. You know, the police saw a clean carpet and basically just threw their hands up. Holmes saw that same clean carpet and realized the real story was hidden in all the tiny details that everyone else just walked right past.
And here we go, the first piece of the puzzle. It's just a tiny, faint, greasy smudge on the metal handle of the safe. To anybody else, that's nothing, right? You just wipe it off. But to Holmes, that's a signature.
Okay, next up, he spots this. A little pinch of white powder, almost invisible, way over in a corner near the safe. Again, it's so small, so insignificant that it was completely missed. But what is it?
Well, it turns out this isn't just any old dust. It's gym chalk. And just like that, a profile of our thief starts to take shape. This is probably someone athletic, right? Someone who needs a really solid grip, like a climber or maybe a weightlifter. And finally, Holmes finds one last thing. It's a very subtle scratch mark right on the wooden floorboards close to the safe. Now remember, the carpet is perfect, but something heavy was definitely dragged right across this spot. So, let's recap. We've got an oily smudge, some climber's chalk, and a scratch on the floor. On their own, they seem totally random. They don't mean much. But when you put them together, well, they're about to blow this whole impossible crime wide open. Let's get into the logic of how it all connects.
Okay, so this is where it all comes together. This is where simple observation turns into powerful deduction. You see, finding the clues is just step one. The real genius is in connecting them. Holmes is about to take these three random facts and weave them into one solid, undeniable story.
He lays it out step by step. First, the oil and chalk together strongly suggest a very specific kind of person. Second, that scratch mark. What's heavy enough in the room to make it? Only one thing, that huge flower vase that usually sits on top of the safe. And why move it? To put it on the carpet right in front of the safe, hiding the exact spot where there should have been evidence. And the final piece, the safe wasn't forced open. The code was used. This was no random thief.
And all of a sudden, the profile is crystal clear. Our thief has to be someone with regular access to the house, someone who's a climber, and someone who knows Mr. Pike's daily habits inside and out, well enough to know his safe combination. The list gets real short real fast. In fact, it narrows down to just one person, Mr. Pike's gym trainer.
But wait, even if we have our suspect, the main question is still hanging in the air. How were there no footprints? This is the last brilliant piece of the puzzle. This is the solution that takes this case from a simple theft to an act of pure genius.
Holmes says this, and for a moment, it sounds crazy. What does he mean he never entered the house? Of course he did.
But Holmes is being very, very precise with his words. The thief didn't enter the way you and I are thinking, walking through doors and across floors.
And here it is, the big reveal. The whole investigation, the whole mystery, was built on one wrong idea, that the thief walked. The reality? He never touched the carpet at all. The trainer used his incredible climbing skills to pull himself up and get directly on top of the safe. He opened it from there, took the money, and then dragged that heavy vase down to cover the spot where his footprints should have been.
And that's it. Those two words solve everything. He never walked. He climbed. It's so elegant and so simple once you see it. He didn't leave any footprints because his feet never touched the ground. He used his unique physical talents to commit a crime in a way only he could, and that skill itself became the perfect disguise.
So, the case is closed, but it leaves us with this really fascinating thought. The clues that broke this impossible crime wide open weren't really hidden at all, were they? They were just overlooked. It kind of makes you wonder, what are the tiny, seemingly insignificant details hiding in plain sight in your own life that might just hold the key to a much bigger picture? What are you not seeing?